Hey guys, Randy here, just hopping on. I'm going to talk to you about the Gibson J-200. Iconic guitar. Does it live up to its name? Is it worth the money? It lists for $56.99 on Sweetwater and Guitar Center. For a guitar that costs, after tax, you're looking at almost $6,000. You would think quality is going to be a priority. I don't know what's going on at Gibson. If you tune in and you're watching, you ever stumble across this, guys, you're dropping the ball. I don't know what's going on with the quality at Gibson. But let me just talk about a J200 I got rid of. Recently, I had a 2024 as the original. I'll put a picture on here. Got rid of it. Like a lot of people that buy the J200, you buy that guitar, you're thinking, this is probably a lifelong keeper. This is something you're going to hand down to your kids. Something you're going to always, enjoy and play. It's the king of the flat tops, all of that. That's what I was hoping to get when I bought the guitar. And I started noticing things that were happening, or not that were happening, but noticing things on the guitar. Just, I thought, well, maybe I can overlook that. Maybe it's just a kind of a little fluke thing. We'll work past it. But anyway, all those little quality build items add up. Again, you're getting a $5,500, $6,000 guitar. It should be ready to go. Very nice. For those of us that don't have lots and lots of money, this is a high-end guitar, and you should be able to take that thing on the road and go, right? So, to start, the first thing I noticed that really irritated me was the pick guards that they put on these guitars, and I've had a Hummingbird do the same thing. The J200 does the same thing. These pick guards are garbage. They are stamped pick guards, nothing like apparently what they used to make. I've seen people with vintage J200s and Hummingbirds, and their pick guards are great. You might think, well, the pick guard wears off. What's the big deal? It shows you're playing it, which I understand. Again, if this was a vintage J200, and I had been playing it for 15 years and the pick guard had a little wear on it, hey, I'm all for it. It's my guitar. By 15 years in, I'm probably keeping it for the rest of my life. It's probably an heirloom by that point. But a month into it, you probably you shouldn't show wear on a pick guard on a $5,500 guitar, especially on a pick guard on a guitar where that is the iconic signature look of that guitar. If you walk into a bar and you look up on stage and somebody's playing a J200, you know it. You see it from across the bar. You see the Hummingbird, and it's because of the pick guard. So they shouldn't be low-quality pick guards. It's over $5,000 guitar should have a pick guard that would never, ever, ever rub off. These are stamped. My picks do not hit the pick guard. My finger rubs the pick guard. In a month's time, you should not have paint worn off and show where it's worn off. I don't know. To me, it's irritating. So Gibson knows it. You call them, tell them about it. They'll check your serial number, and they will send you a new pick guard. My advice would be get the new one, clear coat it. I found a clear coat that you would use for hobbies. People use when they have hobbies, they do models and things like that, and they paint, they use this clear coat. I use that. I put it on probably 15 coats of this clear coat before I put the new pick guard on. It gave the pick guard kind of a matte, and I'll try to get a picture of it on here. It gave it kind of a matte look as opposed to glossy, but it really looks pretty good. And that pick guard is not going to wear off. It's got all the clear coat on it. I don't know why Gibson can't find a clear coat to put on their pick guards. For a $5,500 guitar, you think, hey, this is our iconic look. We're gonna make this thing quality, but quality is not part of it. Next, that I noticed, if you look inside of a guitar like that, like you look inside of either one of these two guitars back here behind me, there is not glue squeeze out. There's not glue on places. It's not around the bracing, things like that, where it's squeezed out. There isn't any. You looking at Taylor, there is no squeeze out. None. It's immaculate inside that thing. It's perfect. $500 less than the Gibson, by the way. All throughout the Gibson. It's just a sign of poor quality. Also, the fretwork on the Gibson, I don't know why, but they did not dress the one that I had, my Gibson J-200, was a 2024. At the 11th and 12th fret, the frets are not dressed. I mean, it feels like just scratch going up and down. Maybe a lot of people, they just assume don't play on the 12th fret on the bottom strings, but people do. They're reachable, and you play on it, and it's terrible. So I don't understand why they would not dress the frets. They weren't filed, they weren't sanded, they weren't, like I said, they weren't buffed. I don't know. They just were not dressed. Very poor quality on that. Tuning-wise, if you play that guitar out somewhere, a lot of tuning. I'm tuning every song, every other song. Depends on, what you're doing on the song. If you have a song where you play some lead, you are going to tune it afterwards. If you just play a song and you play nothing but rhythm, you might be okay to go. But if you play some lead on it, you're going to tune it. It's the old Goto, the vintage-looking tuners. I don't know. I didn't care much for them. But what really got me, make sure I'm hitting everything, what really got me is the lacquer on the neck. The lacquer on the neck is the nitrocellulose lacquer, just like the body, but it gets very, very sticky. If you're playing live, it gets sticky, makes it very hard to play. And that part of the playability, that guitar sounds phenomenal. You can really hear it, maple back and sides. It's got the sick spruce top. You guys know, you play that guitar against your body, you can really feel it. That part is amazing. You can never underestimate that on a J200, the new ones. I've not played very many vintage J200s, but all of the, online luthier guys that I follow or watch, apparently the vintage over 20 years old style J200s and Hummingbirds and all those, and I think even the J45s, they were built better apparently. I don't know why they built them better then. I don't know what happened. I don't know who took it over. I don't know who changed, or whether or not they're just cutting corners. They are cutting corners on the new Gibsons. They're definitely cutting corners. The frets aren't dressed. The pick guards are crap. There's squeeze out inside the bodies. There are other problems with them as well. I'm just kind of looking at a list I have here, and that is about most of it. But, the J200, again, king of the flat tops. I wouldn't pay $5,600 for that guitar, and I wouldn't pay $2,500 for that guitar now, knowing what I know. I would get a vintage J200, and I would pay, I've seen them on Reverb, 1990 models, in the 90s and 80s and things. They're going for the same price as the new ones are. You can get them for about $5,000. You probably could get them less. You can make an offer, that kind of thing. You could get it down. But look, man, I hate getting on here and ragging on any type of guitar company, but Gibson, you have let us down. Like, this is a quality thing, and if you can't do it, sell it. Sell that part of the company to somebody who's going to come in and pay attention to quality. Give people a good instrument. You're selling the name, and the name still's got beautiful guitars. I mean, that J200 is a beautiful guitar to look at, but the quality of it is just really, it's gone down a lot. And anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to have some more reviews. We'll do one on this Taylor and tell you why I ended up on a Taylor after owning 3 Gibsons and 3 Martins and Takamine, and I've had a little bit of everything, or at least of the high-end, brand name type guitars. I don't have any boutique guitars, things like that. I wish I did, but of the brand names, the big name guitars, I'm going to talk about the ones that I've had over the years. And anyway, appreciate you. Subscribe and like. Talk to you soon. Hey guys, once again, thanks for hanging out with me and checking out the video. Here's another picture of that Gibson J200. As you can see, it's a beautiful guitar. I wish it would have worked out, but unfortunately, it's just a no-go for now. Thanks again. Stick around for more videos. Really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.